Today we're reviewing area and perimeter. The formula for area is length times width. The formula for perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I've given to you here a 5 by 5 centimeter square grid. All of these squares measure 1 centimeter. So that's why we have it's 5 on one side, 5 on the other, 5, and then 5 up there. The area of this grid would be length times width, which is 5 times 5, to equal an area of 25 centimeters squared. The perimeter is 2 length plus 2w, so 2 times 5 plus 2 times 5, and that would be 10 plus 10 for the perimeter to equal 20 centimeters. The question I have for you today is, does the perimeter change if we can cut this square? So I want you to cut this square and make a new figure. My helpers today are Elmo and Cat in the Hat. They've both been given a sample of a 5 by 5 square grid. I want you to cut this square and make a larger figure and see if the perimeter can be larger than 20 centimeters. We know the area is going to remain the same because we have 25 squares, but I want you to try to make the largest perimeter. Elmo has taken his square grid. He cut it in half and then he placed it together to make a large triangle. We're going to find out how large Elmo's perimeter is on his grid now that he cut in half. I'm going to take my centimeter ruler. I'm going to make sure that I'm lined up with the 0 here, and I'm going to measure and put the dimensions on the side. Here we have the new figure that Elmo created, and we put our measurements in centimeters. Now we're going to go ahead and add this up to figure out what the perimeter is of Elmo's new figure. We have 10.5 centimeters plus 7.5 centimeters plus 7.5 centimeters. When I add all this up together, this should give me a total of 25 and 5/10 centimeters. So Elmo did a pretty good job. Remember, this perimeter at the beginning had been 20 centimeters. So Elmo definitely made a much larger perimeter. Okay, Cat cut his 5 by 5 centimeter square into a shape like this. Then he pasted it together. What we're going to do is measure all of the sides of his new figure and see if his figure is larger than Elmo's perimeter of his square grid. So here are the dimensions of the figure that Cat made. Notice everything is labeled, all the sides of the figure. And I have listed all the dimensions there. I'm going to go ahead and add it so that way I can figure out the perimeter and see who made a larger perimeter. When I add all my dimensions, notice my decimals lined up, it gives me a total of 25 and 1/10 centimeter. Remember that this is Cat's, and Elmo had 25 and 5/10 centimeter. So Elmo actually made a larger perimeter than Cat did. So here's a question I want you to go ahead and solve so that way we can answer it next week in Class Connect. The side lengths of a figure are shown below. There's your figure. What is the perimeter of the figure? See you in class.